Hey guys, I'm Josh Getzoff. This spring marks the 4th year of Rethink the Rink, a breakthrough collaboration with Covestro, Carnegie Mellon University, and the Pittsburgh Penguins with one goal in mind: make hockey safer at all levels without impacting how it's played. Throughout the program, clever designs and prototypes have been created with real-world results, leading towards an exciting future for the sport.
Popping through center, big crunch by Cece. Catching back up to it. Oh, takes a trip from Sorokin and goes hard into the boards.
It was born at a Penguins game, and I was in Suite 66 with the former CEO of Covestro, Jerry McCleary. Someone had just been banged into the boards right in front of 66. And I said, you can't tell me material science hasn't advanced past these hard boards, and there's no solution to making the impact a little less so that we can cut down on injuries. And he said, yeah, it's definitely advanced past that. So let's figure out how we can work together and find a solution.
These dasher boards became the focus of the inaugural Rethink the Rink, a week-long workshop hosted at Carnegie Mellon University's TechSpark prototyping facility. In less than 4 days, teams of students using Covestro materials and guided by their material experts designed, developed, and prototyped safe dasherboard solutions and presented their ideas. Since that spring day in 2018, the winning design has undergone several refinements with the help of Athletica, a leading dasherboard manufacturer. A prototype was produced and tested against the current dasherboard design using an automotive standard just outside Detroit, Michigan.
Firing in 3, 2, 1.
These new dasherboards have since been installed at the Covestro Innovation Rink at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex.
Today we're actually going to be doing some testing on a half of the rink with the new system in place. In Michigan we tested one panel, and it was kind of just a proof of concept, and that enabled us to basically prove that we saw about 60 to 70% improvement in some of the key metrics like acceleration and force to a player.
In 3, 2, 1.
We're taking, I think, about 45 to 90 different data points on each board, so we're measuring at different horizontal displacements and also distances from the ice, and that'll allow us to get a full picture of what the board looks like and how each different section reacts. Make sure we don't have any weak spots.
That extra movement in the dasherboards, you can really see it with the weight falling into it, how much movement we're getting. In protocols of testing, we never really have it where a sheet of ice is in, because materials contract and expand. When you put that sheet of ice in, your poly, your facing, polycarbonate, everything kind of contracts and moves around, makes it stiffer. But when you actually have to have it where it's sitting in the field of play, under the temperature of play, and then you start doing your testing, then you're getting your real numbers.
After the success of the first Rethink the Rink, the second and third year of the program focused on another aspect of hockey.
We looked at equipment, and we looked at 2 sets of equipment, helmets and shoulder pads. So there are prototypes being developed now on how to make helmets safer and how to make shoulder pads actually less harmful, where it still protects the player that's wearing them, but it doesn't become weaponized when used in a check.
This shift in focus caught the attention of one of the leading hockey equipment manufacturers in the world, Bauer Hockey.
Just the name by itself, like Rethink the Rink, it's an amazing name. At the end, the goal is we're created something better for players and improve the protection for players.
With goalie helmet concepts in year 2 derived from rams and woodpeckers, and year 3's elbow and shoulder pad designs inspired by dragon scales and spike balls, CMU students brought fresh ideas to the sport.
It's good to see the thinking of a student, fresh of mind, fresh idea. It will make something new that we never thought because we're too much immersed on the solution or something we did on the past. Then
these designs are still being refined and tested at Bauer Hockey with the goal of commercialization in 2 years.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you for all of the commitment to be part of the Makeathon 2021. When we started this partnership between the Penguins and Carnegie Mellon 4 years ago, we had no idea where we were headed, right? Or what would come next.
I want to thank everyone for their effort, especially virtually. And I think we can make great progress.
So this morning, we had amazing presentations. We heard from former players that explained that they have a lot of needs that are unmet currently in the design of the helmet for ice hockey.
You know, this is the Joe for 235 that I used to wear. And there's a sticker right inside the helmet. And it says, this helmet is not to be used in the game of ice hockey. The helmets are better, but I still think here in 2021, I still think we need to advance the type of foam we're using. How we disperse all that energy that's going to a certain area. There's a long way to go, and I think we still need a better product.
So the process of designing new solutions to challenging problems takes many steps. So the first thing is students come together, they learn from these experts, and with all that information, they're guided through this process. They do open brainstorming. What do other sports have? What is everyone missing? And then we whittle it down towards, from 10 ideas to 5 to 3, and then finally 1.
Right now, the earpiece, this area is like a soft plastic that can be removed. What we want to do is we're not wanting to leave that as an afterthought, and essentially adding like a transparent layer.
On the right has the harder exterior, and then the gray sort of symbolizes like the foam. What we're doing is adding in a layer of ABS honeycomb structure.
Welcome everybody. Each team will have 10 minutes to make their presentations. I know it's going to be really, really fascinating. It is every year.
When an impact is felt on the helmet, you can see a spike in the voltage reading, and that indicates the pressure or the impact that's felt.
The mesh background, and this mimics the woven threading of a stereo speaker cover or like a boombox cover.
Fourth will be runner-up, then best prototype, most innovative, and best overall. Gold team, come on down.
As this year's Make-a-thon comes to a close, time will tell how these prototypes will impact the sport.
This 1 week-long Make-a-thon is really the seed, the core of an idea. It can be planted and then grow, because what we have is experts in the industry. They can learn from the students' ideas, they can take the practical applications, and they can start testing to see how do we actually implement these solutions in the real world, which is exactly how we should be doing it.